Welcome to story time. All right, the hat is for two reasons. One, because I did not want to put on the suit coat to this. Two, because quarantine hair does not exactly agree with me. It's way too long and it's bugging me. Which leads me to our story today. This one's called The Flaming Haircut. And it's exactly what you think it is. My friend and I were bored when I was young, again, and we're sitting there, as you imagine all kids doing, just going, oh, what do we do? I'm bored. And it's one of those things where you don't want to ask your mom and dad, hey, what should we do today? Because it's summer vacation, because parents just give you chores. We'd already learned that. We didn't want to go down that road again. So, we're sitting there, and yes, of course, we have a lighter on hand, and we're trying to figure out what to do. Now, I realized, hey, wait a second. My hair is long, or longer than I want it to be. Maybe I should give myself some type of a haircut, which I had done in the past. Totally different story. But I also remembered you can also burn hair, and it gets shorter. So why not give myself a haircut using fire? Yeah! Alright. Now, I had to figure out a way, so I looked at my friend and said, hey, we should totally do this. We should totally give each other a haircut with a flame. And he's like, oh, okay, but you go first. I was like, totally, I'm down with that. We're all good. And then we had to figure out how to do it. How are we going to light our hair on fire in a semi-safe capacity? You could always put hairspray on and then light that on fire, but I didn't want to run around with a flaming head of hair. I mean, you could always use the hairspray like a blowtorch and...
Stuff out. Oh, yeah. Man, that thing just flames like 5 feet.
Use the hairspray like a blowtorch and... kind of like in Home Alone. No, I wanted it controlled. I didn't want to fire anywhere else other than the lighter. No, I wanted it controlled. I didn't want to fire anywhere else other than the lighter. So how do you do that? And then I realized, I have a bunk bed. And if you've ever had a bunk bed and you played around with it, you know that you can hang off the bunk bed. So I climb up onto the bunk, and I drape my legs over, and of course, I drape myself back. So now the top half of my body and my head are hanging off the side of this bunk bed. So now gravity takes control, and so I've got these luscious locks flowing down. Now, this is a great idea to me because now my friend can just use the lighter, and all the hair that's hanging there, he can just do this, and they'll go away, right? Ew. So I say, go for it. And I hear the lighter go, and I can feel some heat on the top of my head. And that's when I realize one big truth about burning hair. It smells so bad. This is not a recommendation to go burn hair right now, but if you ever have, it smells so bad, it stinks. And I'm realizing that does not smell good, and that's going to get me into trouble because I did not think about the smell leaving the room. And I know if my mom smells that, I'm going to be in trouble for playing with fire again. Go figure. It's not like I ever play with it anyway, right? So I realized that, And so I put my hand through my hair and I kind of rub it around, and I'm seeing all these little black flecks fall out of it, realizing that's all the hair that I've just burned that's falling off. And I'm thinking, okay, in my mind, I'm thinking, I got a great haircut just now. It's going to be like styled and it's going to look good, because that's how kid brains work. They don't think things through. So in my head, I've got like this, the model hair, and it's going to look great. And like I said, I'm still brushing out little black bits. And I look at my friend like, your turn. The great part about having someone else go first is you get to then contemplate, was this a smart idea? Without suffering the consequences. That's what my friend had just done. And he goes, no, I don't think I want to do that. I said, come on, I just did it. And they went, yeah, but I see your hair. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, my hair looks great. What are you talking about? In the end, I was able to convince him for just a moment. So he got up on the top bunk, laid his head over, and I think I lit the lighter for like 3 seconds before he too smelled burning hair, and just done. I'm out. I'm gone. I was like, okay. So he came back down, and we both had to check out our wonderful styled hair in the mirror. I went upstairs and looked in the mirror in the bathroom. It was not styled like I thought, and it looked terrible because just the middle inside, it still had little burned clumps in there too. Now, if you're the one who's just gotten a flaming haircut, you still smell like burning hair, which then wafted wonderfully down the hallway into the study where my mother was. Yeah, where my mom was working, and immediately stopped working to ask, what is that smell? And you can't say, oh, nothing, Mom. So she walks out, and it's not like you can hide that. I didn't have a hat. And I'm like, nothing. She looks and goes, what did you do to your hair? And I went, I gave myself a haircut with a lighter. Yeah, she was not all happy about that. Also, however, I did get to go that day to get a haircut. A professional one, because my mom did not want me to look that way, and I don't know how she explained that to the salon or the barber. Now that I think about that, it kind of makes me wonder, how do you explain that as a parent walking in, hi, I need to sign my kid up for a haircut. What happened to his hair? Oh, he lit it on fire. Like, how do you explain that without either, one, looking like a bad parent, which she was not, or two, trying not to make your kid look like a complete moron, which kind of was, so it works. I can only imagine the look on the hairstylist's face as they went, okay, bring them on back. So yes, that is how you can do a flaming haircut. Now the funny part is, years later, somebody took credit for my idea. Ew.
Talk about a hot hairdo.
This is insane.
This stylist's sweet creations are on fire, literally.
That's the fire.
That's the fire liquid.
This is like vodka you're putting in my hair, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my
you
God.
can drink it. Okay?
Let's do it. You're using a lighter.
Yeah.
Just give me a...
And I thought, you stole my idea. I came up with that. Should have patented that idea right then and there. Not that it would work. But that is a flaming haircut. Not that I recommend it. Though, you think? Just kidding. And that is story time. Thank you very much for joining me with, once again, a quarantine episode. I hope you have a wonderful day, and please do not give yourself a flaming haircut. I highly recommend against giving yourself haircuts in general, unless you're really good, but definitely do not do it with fire. Otherwise, you end up with some issues. Have a great day. Thanks for joining us.